Hi guys, I'm gonna read Fantastic Four number 56. So this is when Claw becomes what he usually looks like in the comics. So like the red or you'll see his like that isn't what he the colors aren't what he looks like, but that's basically his form. What he's drawn is what he looks like. So the fabulous FF are trapped by the uncanny return of Claw, the murderous master of sound. Produced by Jack Stanley and Jack Kirby, delineated by Joe Sennett, lettered by Artie Simic. Enough said. Yeah, so I think they wanted to take like a little break from all the other action stuff. So this issue's a lot quieter. But though the world may call him Mr. Fantastic and acclaim him as leader of the most fabulous superhero team on Earth, to a certain lovely young lady, Reed Richards is merely an errant husband who hasn't been spending nearly enough time with his new bride. And so we find Suze Richards barging into one of the many labs atop the Baxter building as our titanic tale begins. Reed isn't here either. Honestly, if he thinks I can keep a roast just cooking forever. Oh, there's his new vacuum engine. From the dust on it, I say he hasn't touched it in days. What on earth can be urgent enough to be keeping him from that? Sometimes I think it's like I like it better when some supervillain is menacing us. At least I get to see that brand new husband of mine when that happens. Whatever made me fall in love with a Disney dedicated do-gooder? And I do love that big, wonderful guy. If only we could live like other people, just for a little while. But I suppose it's too much ever to hope for. I looked all over the only place. Oh no, the warning light is on in the space-time room. I didn't dream he'd be in there. I've got to contact him. I'll use the visiphone. Ben, you're in there too. But it's so dangerous. Where is Reed? Has anything happened to him? Tell me, Ben. I must know. Take it easy, kid. He's okay. But you can't bother him now. It's our. Ben, wait, don't break contact, please. Sorry, Susie. I gotta. Stretcho may need me now. Don't worry, lady. I won't let anything happen to that walking rubber band. Reed, get back, you blamed idiot. There's something in there. It's coming right at you. Don't worry, Ben. It can't break through the temporal field, at least not yet. But we've got to learn what it is. We have to know the full extent of its power, if we're ever to make subspace safe for exploration. Nuts, you could spare. You can buy my share of subspace for a plug nickel. Any hunk of geography that has yeks like that floating around ain't for the ever-loving blue-eyed thing. Don't you realize how urgent this is? How much depends on it? Subspace is a vast unknown universe containing the answer to a million age-old questions. Yeah? Give me a for instance. Have you forgotten the Inhumans, Ben? Trapped behind that unbreakable negative zone? Crystal is still there, and poor Johnny will never be the same until he's found her again. I want to help him, Ben. I yet may find an entrance through subspace itself. And all this time the kid thinks you forgot about him. He's out trying to find her himself. I haven't forgotten. It's always on my mind. Just as I've never forgotten about you, old friend. I'll never rest until I found the formula for changing you back to your normal self again. Permanently. I'm all shook up, Stretcho. But just between us, I'm beginning to think this is my normal, lovable self. Hey, what are you doing? I'm trying to get that apparition on film for future analysis. Quick, record any sounds it makes. It's a blasted ham. Listen to the racket it's making now. No, Ben, that's not for the creature from subspace. It's It's some sort of sonic boom. Whew. Watch out for the shockwave. Now, he tells me. And on the roof of the FF headquarters, a merciless, humorless chuckle rings out. I'll do the accent. They're trapped. I've sealed them inside the laboratory with an unbreakable wall of solidified subsonic waves. They never expected to be menaced by Claw, the master of sound, again. They thought they'd destroyed me in the heart of Africa, but I emerged from my sound converter, far stronger than ever before, thirsting for revenge. The Black Panther might now be anywhere on Earth, and if he is with the Fantastic Four below, then they will all perish together. So that was in Fantastic Four number 53. It says specific Stan. So yeah, we read that one. Confusing enough for you, faithful one. Well, hold tight, we've only just begun. On the other side of the world, behind the awesome barrier, which imprisons the teratological Inhumans, we hear, Black Bolt. What's happened to Black Bolt? He screamed. For the first time since he lost his voice, he screamed. But why? It's clear to me now. He used his great powers to drive the Absorb-A-Bomb against the barrier, hoping to shatter it at last, but suddenly realized that we would be destroyed along with the barrier due to the energy he had built up. Only that one life-saving scream could have defused the bomb in time. He saved us all, but at what cost to himself? That means we are still trapped, no closer to freedom than before. If Black Bolt had died, then life would have held no meaning for Medusa. Luckily, it happened as recently as issue number 54, so we still kind of remember it. Sleepless Stan. That accursed bomb, it almost caused the death of the greatest, most wonderful man in the world. I'd rather be trapped here forever than have Black Bolt sacrifice his life to set us free. Suddenly, the insane cackling of Maximus, the mad brother of Black Bolt, cuts through the air, like the sound of a knife blade scraping across a blackboard. Your most noble sentiment, Medusa. A pity that your beloved cannot now hear you. There is a way through the barrier, but only Maximus knows the secret. It was you, evil one, and you alone, who created the dreaded dome. We must not let him torment us. The secret is lost forever within the twisted recesses of his afflicted brain. You all call me mad, Maximus the Madman, and yet only I know how to get through the negative zone. Only a madman knows the answer. But I'll never tell. Black Bolt defeated me. He took away my crown, my throne. So this shall be my revenge. You're all trapped here with Maximus forever. But Black Bolt spared your evil life. If not for him, you'd have been slain for treason. But you cannot kill me now. Only I know the secret. Get out, you craven, soulless, murdering fiend. Even the mercy of Black Bolt won't save you for long. Sooner or later, our patience will reach the breaking point. Sooner or later, you'll be made to pay for all you've done. For what you've done to all of us. No, none may harm Maximus. I was born to be king, born to rule, king. I don't know if I should continue, because Loki has a British accent in the movies. I can't really do a Scandinavian. I think Loki would probably sound like Scandinavian. Thor and them. They wouldn't sound British. Maximus would probably be British, though. He'd probably sound... I don't know. Anyway. It was your insatiable lust for that power that drove you mad, that keeps you mad. You will never be king while Black Bolt lives. Do you hear? Never. Not if we must remain trapped here forever. But then, with Maximus gone, the Scarlet Tressed Beauty turns away, unable to speak, ashamed of the tears welling up within her sorrow-haunted eyes. What has happened to us? We once were happy here in our hidden land. We should have never left. We should have never entered the world outside, or let the outsiders come here. Our whole world is in jeopardy, and there's no telling how will it end. But it's too late for anything. But if you think the Inhumans have trouble, let's return to our frolicsome foursome once more. The flaming member of this accursed quartet is missing, but I have separated the girl from the other two by means of my unbreakable sonic wall. Now all I need to do is capture her. She will make a perfect hostage for me until they deliver the Black Panther so I can destroy him. Thus all I need to do is shatter the glass inward with a simple sonic thrust. A sonic blast. We're under attack. Luckily, I threw up my invisible force field in time to shield me from the flying glass. But who can it be? Whoever it is, I've got to hold them off while Reed and Ben are in the space-time room. Do not fear me, Mrs. Richards. I have no wish to harm you, so long as it does not prove necessary. Who are you? I am the dedicated enemy to the accursed Black Panther, and since the Fantastic Four have chosen to be his friends, then Claw, the Master of Sound, is your enemy as well. Claw, of course, but we thought you had perished. Not so, my lovely. Wait, what is this? I've heard about your strange powers, about the unseen force field, which is your greatest weapon and greatest defense. But alas, it will not serve to protect you from my sonic powers. Why are you here? What do you want? Revenge is my goal. Revenge against the one who has ever frustrated my plans for conquest, for ultimate supremacy. Revenge against the Black Panther and any who seek to aid him. It was he who destroyed my laboratory in the land of the Wakandas, who destroyed the fruits of years of labor, years of toil. It would take me another lifetime to replace my equipment, my invincible weapons. But I'm still not beaten yet. I'll still find a way to make mankind grovel at my feet. I'll still be a master of all. My sound converter still possesses a glimmer of energy, perhaps enough for one last transformation. This is a final experiment, one which I never dared to make, one challenge I never dared to accept. I never learned what would happen if a human altered his own basic structure via my sound transformer. If I survive, I'll emerge with powers far different from those ever possessed by mortal man. Powers enough to enable me to destroy the Black Panther, and after him, anyone else I so choose. Needless to say, I did survive, but I did more than merely survive. I become the most powerful being on Earth. My physical structure is now composed of solidified sound which serves me as a weapon far greater than any ever known. But enough talk. It's time to prove my power with deeds, not words. First, I shall apply a mild form of vibration pressure against the force field, which seems to surround you. We needed all our power, plus of that of the Black Panther, to defeat him the first time, and now he's infinitely stronger. He's merely toying with me, but what happens when he exerts maximum pressure against my force field? In case you are waiting for Mr. Fantastic or the grotesque thing to speed to your rescue, you are doomed to dismal disappointment. They are already trapped within their lab by a simple wall of subsonic waves. Reed and Ben trapped in the space-time room. Oh no, no! In her despair, her frantic concern for the man she loves, and their oldest and dearest friend, the tortured girl loses control of her force field for one fateful second and then, "Come back, you female fool. Flight is useless. You cannot escape from my sonic vibrations. I've got to find a way to help Reed and Ben somehow. Promise to surrender. Promise to assist me in trapping the Black Panther, and I'll remove the vibrations. Give me your answer, quickly. Never. Even my life is less dear to me than loyalty to those who trust me. If, I can just fire the neuro stun gun before he can stop me. I see that gun, but no weapon can harm the master of sound. It has to stop you. It has to. It can shock and immobilize the nervous system of any living human being. Poof. Perhaps it can, but you've forgotten one thing, one vital fact. I am no longer a living being. I am a form of sonic life, with power greater than any you've ever known. Now do you see? You cannot hurt a sound. I can magnify any force thrown against me, and feed it back at my attacker deadlier than ever. Zoosh. But no matter how powerful a foe he may be, keeping Mr. Fantastic and the ever-loving thing as helpless prisoners is never quite as simple as it may seem. I've tested all the walls, Ben, and there's only one explanation. The entire lab is completely sealed by some sort of vibration barrier. Well, cook up some kind of anti-barrier gizmo, and let's get out of here. It's not that easy, old friend. It ain't? Then stand back, Stretcho. Maybe I ain't as flip with the $20 words as you are, but there's nothing that can keep Bashful Benjamin anywhere where he wants out. You've been saying you want to swap this oversized transformer for a new model anyway. Scrunch. Ben, stop, hold it. You don't realize what you're doing. Wait, listen to me, Ben. Relax, lover boy. You can tell me what I did wrong after we're out of here. Besides, how come it's always me who don't realize what he's doing? And you're trying to give me a complex or something. I just remembered. We fought someone with sonic power only recently. If there's a feedback, you and your big mouth, you put a blasted whammy on us. Whoosh. I tried to warn you, Ben. I knew we couldn't overcome the feedback. Alright. So maybe I ain't 100% perfect. Go on. Sorry about that. I'm getting really stuffed up. Sorry about that. Go on, call me a dumb lowlife. I got it coming. Never say that again, Ben. You're the greatest partner a man could have, and don't think I know it. Rats, I like it better when you put me down. I'm more used to it. Anyhow, what do we do next? We start using our heads, big fella. Even though the lab is sealed off, it's still packed with invaluable equipment. Well, what's holding you up? Just grab a couple of thermostats and attach them to a few doohickeys, and we'll go waltzing out of here. Come on, Ben, let's be serious. Gee, a fine superhero you are. But there's one thing we can try, even though it may be dangerous. Yeah, dangerous for who? For you, I'm afraid, since you're the stronger of us. You're the one who will ever attempt it. How come you never cook up any gizmos that work better on guys who can stretch? What in blazes is this anyway? It's a crude version of a counter-sonic harness. Oh well, ask a dopey question. It will serve to lessen the feedback for a few seconds. Hopefully it will allow you just in time to plow through the door. Plow through it? I can't even see it. It's straight ahead, fella. Get set, now go. When you hit, if the pressure is too great, if you feel you can't make it, fling yourself back. Thanks, String Bean. You got a swell way of making a guy feel real confident. Thump. For Thoom Crook. Scrish. I made it. But what good will this do Reed? He's still trapped back there, same as before. Meanwhile, around the corner and down the hall, now you've witnessed my invincible power. You must realize the folly of further resistance. Therefore, I command you, contact the Black Panther. When he learns of your plight, he is certain to rush to your aid, and rush right into the final trap of the Master of Sound. No, I'll never help you, never. You fool, you have no choice. There is always another choice. You can't force me to betray a friend. If you can't find me, I'll escape you yet. By turning invisible. Then you still don't fully comprehend the awesome extent of my power. My mastery of sound enables me to accomplish anything, and I shall now demonstrate to prove how unbeatable I truly am. I got to search Reed. He'll find some way to overcome Claw. Zzz. What good will it do to run? What good will it do to become invisible when I can sensitize all the walls and ceilings of this entire floor? For the application of sonic power is the perfect answer to no use this invincibility. He's right. He's causing my lightest footfalls to sound like a beating of a bass drum. Boom, 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 boom. I can't even begin to even hope to escape from him when he so clearly hears my every step. Boom, 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 boom. Sound is the greatest weapon in all the world. It can penetrate anything, overcome anything, and most important of all, destroy anything. You're slowing down. You'll finally appreciate the utter folly of attempting to defy me. But you have demonstrated your fighting spirit, your unquenchable desire for victory. You have shown that I dare not trust you. Therefore, with one sonic immobilizer beam, I shall deprive you of your power, and perhaps your life as well. But before the faithful sonic beam can strike its intended victim, an orange-skinned powerhouse hurls suicide, taking the full force of the strange blast upon his own fantastic body. Ben! Zbzz. Take cover, Susie gal. This kind of romping around is more up my blue-eyed alley. The thing. It can't be. Well then, would you believe Rock Hudson? Zzz. If you think that nutty, oversized gizoo is gonna stop me, it has to stop you. I can feel it. I can stop a herd of buffalo. I can feel the tallest redwood. It is the concentrated, solidified, converted energy of pure sound. Yeah, I'll try to remember that when I'm clobbering you. I didn't know that. Yeah, I'll try to remember that when I'm clobbering you. Wish I felt I was sure of myself as I'm trying the sound. That blasted gizmo of his making me feel as weak as a Yancey Streeter. I'll apply more power, more, still more. I'll stop you yet. It cannot affect me, but no other living being can bear it. Higher and higher, stronger and stronger, grows the indescribable intensity of Claw's awesome sonic beam, until the entire Baxter building is engulfed in a shimmering, spine-tingling aura of sheer discordant fiber energy. Zzz. But such an unrestrained application of seething force can not long be contained, and so it is seconds later. What on earth happened? Every light in the city blew out at the same exact instant. It must be some sort of mammoth power failure. Whatever happened, it came from the top of the Baxter building. It's the FS fault, them and their weirdo experiments. But further away than you might imagine, another equally mystifying event is taking place, as we find Johnny Storm, Wyatt Wingfoot, and the uncanny canine creature known as Lockjaw. I don't know where Lockjaw has brought us now with that dizzy dimensional power of transport. Transport power is, but I'm beginning to suspect one thing. Wherever we are, it's not any place that exists on the planet Earth. It's too bad, Johnny. You keep hoping he will lead you to the trapped Inhumans, so you can find that girl you love again. Yet each dimensional journey seems to take us further and further away from our goal. And yet, I've got to stay with Lockjaw to follow wherever he goes. Only he has the power to pass through the barrier that imprisons the Inhumans, the barrier behind which Crystal is still trapped. Yet, it seems he has been trained to keep others away from the Great Refuge. He is merely doing what he has been taught. I wonder. We are merely strangers to him. There is no reason for Lockjaw to obey us, to wish to help us. But if we were to win his confidence, his trust, if there were some way for us to train him, just as the others have trained him. I see what you mean, Wyatt. Why can't we make a loyal pet of him, just like the Inhumans did? But it will require patience, kindness, and a deep knowledge of animal training. But who is better equipped in the tasks than I? Have I not the blood of the Comanche in my veins? Did my forefathers not tame the wild stallion? Did they not wait? He's naturally cautious, overly suspicious. In trying to pat him, I received some sort of sudden electrical shock. I'm afraid it's hopeless, big buddy. Hopeless, a strange word to hear from you, Johnny. He does not deceive me. He fears that Lockjaw may injure me. Hence he wants me to forsake my plan, but I must not. If the dog has come to this forsaken world, he must have a purpose. I suspect it is to obtain food. Food such as Earth can never provide. You mean those wacky-looking things growing over there? Well, it's a chance. I'll burn some off. Your powers of flame are truly convenient, Johnny, at a time like this. Sure, pal. I'm just like a walking, talking charcoal grill. I think we guessed correctly. He's coming towards the strange stems with great eagerness in his eyes. They look like French fries, like McDonald's French fries or something, or like straws. But let's hope it's the stems he's after and not us. Wow, I'll say you were right. He's starting to chomp them down like there's no tomorrow. Notice how he seems to release bolts of energy as he eats. He's found the perfect food. Once his belly is full, it'll be easier for us to win him over. And then, with luck, onto the Inhumans. Now then, since Johnny and Wyatt don't seem to need any help from us at the moment, this might be as good a time as ever to return to FFHQ, where we find, wowee, if anyone ever told me I could be knocked cold by some nutty waves of sound, I would have flattened them. I don't know how you did it, Claw, but I'm going to make sure I'm going to get you out of circulation, one way or the other. Leastways I will, when the blame room stops spinning around. No, you lumbering fool. You shall not have a second chance. Your underserved strength is far greater than I suspected. You have survived a force which affected the electric power of an entire city. So yeah, that's another thing about, that's another strength feat of a thing. So yeah, an entire electrical EMP was thrown at thing and he survived it. But though you still live, it will take some time before you are fully recovered again. And Claw does not choose to wait. I'll get you yet, so help me I get you. Your feeble threats are of no interest to the Master of Sound. Now, before you can interfere, I'll finish off the girl and her trapped husband. When the Black Panther hears of their fate, he is certain to seek me out for vengeance. All I will have to do is wait for him to appear, and the vengeance that ensues will be mine. I thought I'd find you here, vainly attempting to pass through my sonic barrier to reach the trapped Mr. Fantastic. Claw, at your service, my dear. I shall not keep you from your beloved any longer. One sonic reversion pass will nullify my barrier, permitting you to pass through. He means it. The barrier is broken. But why? Zzz. Sue, darling, stay back. Don't. Too late, he tricked you. He wanted me to join you. He wanted you to join me. But no matter. We'll beat him yet. I'll find a way somehow. Read, it's Claw, the master of sound. He's returned. Your husband has already deduced the rather obvious fact, Mrs. Richards. But it will do neither of you any good. So, you have actually succeeded in transforming yourself into a being of solidified sound. You comprehend quickly, Richards. A pity such a brilliant mind will be soon destroyed, together with that of your new bride. Others too have threatened us in the past, Claw, but we're still here, as you can see. I admire your confidence, Richards. Too bad it is so misplaced. And now, if you have any last words to say, I suggest you say them quickly. Behind me, Sue, this is the showdown. But it isn't going to end the way the madman expects. Even as the steely-eyed Mr. Fantastic speaks, a remote-control packet missile zooms down from the atmosphere, homing in on the Baxter building after a lightning journey halfway across the globe. Your false bravado has availed you nothing, Richards. This is your finish. You're too late, Claw. Look out. Look out the window. A miniature rocket coming to a halt right in front of you. I knew he wouldn't fail me. Reed, what is it, darling? What does it mean? You missed, Claw, but you won't get a second chance. Darling, what is it? Who didn't fail you? The Black Panther. Claw's sonic barrier couldn't keep out radio waves, so I sent a message to Africa asking for these 2 vibranium bands. Vibranium, the one element which absorbs sonic energy, the one element against which even the Master of Sound has no defense. Bark. I knew the chieftain of the Wakandas wouldn't let me down, and he didn't. Whap. Your sonic blast is useless against me now, and you know it. Zet. So long as I wear these vibranium bands, your power is absorbed into nothingness. No, stay back. Even though I cannot harm you, I'll blast the floor out from beneath your feet. That's not much of a threat, Claw. Not to a man who can stretch enough to use the walls for support. But now it's my turn to attack. And I've got powers you haven't even dreamed of. Shroom. No! Even a sonic blast can be completely smothered. Like this. Thush. Where is he? Let me at him. I'll pulverize the bum. Hey, I don't get it. Where'd he go? He's right here, Ben. Just let me unwrap him myself, and you'll see. It's him. But what'd you do to him? I forced him to drain his last bit of sonic energy, while my vibranium insulators absorbed it into nothingness. In other words, old friend, he's powerless now. I'll just make sure of it by getting rid of this little sound shooter of his. Reed, my darling, you did it. You defeated him. But look at you. You've been hurt. I'll be alright, honey. Just a few bruises. But it was a close one. Imagine, lover boy getting a real clobber match all by his lonesome. It's kind of like the millennium. But what will become of Claw now? How can we be sure he won't be able to menace mankind again with that horrible power of his? The Black Panther finished the perfect answer, Sue. The police can keep him safely imprisoned within a cell constructed of raw vibranium, like these 2 wristbands I'm wearing. And speaking of our far-off friend, I trust the vibranium you requested arrived in time, Reed Richards. Just like the cavalry charge in a Western film. We can all rest easier now, for Claw isn't likely to threaten anyone ever again. But we are our victory to the Black Panther. You must tell him how grateful we are, dear. There is no need to talk for gratitude. A bond exists between us, a bar far stronger than mere words of thanks. For truly we share each other's respect, each other's deep and abiding friendship. Boy, if Honest Abe was busy, I bet the Black Panther could write a Gettysburg Address for him without batting an eye. There is nobility in that man, Ben. And this is Dr. Doom, so I gotta do a voice for Dr. Doom. But now our scene changes as we visit a far-off kingdom in a remote section of Europe.
As far as the eye can see, everything I behold is mine. My realm, my kingdom. But wait, what is that? A man flying over thee. No, it is not a man. It is far more than merely a man. He has come to rest atop a mountain, atop my mountain. Thus fate has delivered the Silver Surfer unto my hands.
So next, Dr. Doom. So yeah, in the next issue, the Dr. Doom steals Silver Surfer's power. Hi, sorry about that cut there. I decided I'm not going to read the letters columns anymore because they take too long out of the video. I recorded it, but it wasn't very good, the recording. Yeah, it just takes too long to read them. It makes the video like an hour long when it doesn't need to be, and so yeah, that's the end of this video anyway. But if you guys like, comment, or subscribe, that'd be appreciated. If you guys want me to read a specific comic, just let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys later.